If you've ever stared at a blank page, unsure where to begin your story, you're not alone. Hey, I'm Josh, the creator behind Purgatory's Inn and ChoccyMilkTurtle Productions. This is the first episode of my Devlog series where I'll be building a visual novel from the ground up and sharing every step of the process in real time. So far, I've only written one chapter. That's it. So if you're struggling with writing or don't know where to start, maybe this series will get your brain juices moving, and perhaps we may even help each other along the line somewhere. When I first started brainstorming this project, my mind immediately went to a dating sim. That's what a lot of visual novels are, right? So I wrote an intro about an otherworldly bar that only had 5 characters, and it was up to the main character to find out how these girls died tragic deaths so that he may help them move on to heaven. And I personally loved it. It had charm and I thought it had potential. But then I hit a wall. I didn't know what came next. I was stuck between what I thought the story had to be and what it should be. And what got me out of that creative funk wasn't plot. I knew I wanted a story about helping the dead move on. It wasn't characters, most of them are actually in the revised story. There's just more of them now. Instead, it was defining what the themes are. I asked myself, what do I actually want to explore? What do I want people to feel when they read this? And this is what I wanted to explore further. First up, redemption. I'm drawn to characters who've made mistakes, big ones too, and are still trying to do better. In Hazbin Hotel, Charlie believes that even the worst souls in hell deserve a second chance. And that kind of stubborn hope, that belief in people who've been written off, is at the heart of Purgatory's Inn. So, I created Mira and her daughters to fill this role, a supernatural entity whose entire purpose is to guide souls as they come to terms with their past mistakes so that they may move on to heaven without baggage. Next up, emotional collapse. I want to show characters falling apart, not as a plot twist, but as a real human moment. In Persona 5, people's distorted mental states literally reshape the world around them in a metaverse. That idea that your inner world can become a battleground really stuck with me, and I love that concept. So I made the core problem that Purgatory goes through as a result of an emotional collapse. When a soul cannot come to terms with their past, it causes their souls to spark out of control, which warps reality and those around them to insane degrees. Then, there's found family. The end of my story isn't just a setting, it's a place where broken people find each other. Shows like The Owl House and Amphibia do this beautifully, misfits who build something stronger than blood. That's the kind of warmth I want to weave into the darkness of this story. While a visual novel can have multiple endings, the one I'm creating first is what I consider the true ending, where at the end of the story, the main character finds new purpose in saving souls, so he decides to stay in Purgatory with Mira and some of the other characters until the end of time. Moral ambiguity is a big one. I'm not writing heroes and villains, I'm writing people who make messy choices for complicated reasons. In Danganronpa, the characters want to save everyone, but they're forced to confront the truth even when it hurts. That tension between hope and despair, that's what I want players to feel. So when all hell breaks loose in Purgatory, there's going to be a few key antagonists who the main character will have to take down. One will be good as it helps the person move on to heaven. One will be bad, as even though they did the right thing, the soul will refuse to move on and instead fades away from existence. Then one will feel complicated as they neither die or move on, but instead become something new. And finally, identity fragmentation. My characters are fractured by trauma, by expectations, by the roles they've been forced into. While I have the game Soma as a reference, this theme is more nuanced to my specific scenario, and was part of what got me out of that dating sim type of story. With the main girls from my original idea now either repurposed or used for my moral theme, I needed a group of side characters that grow alongside the main character besides Mira. So I had Mira create manifestations of herself to better run Purgatory. Each one has a unique purpose and personality, but are still under Mira's control. When Purgatory hits the fan though, and Mira loses her powers, The daughters lose their link to her and their main purpose, so they become rigid, frantic, and even borderline crazy as they question whether they are truly their own selves. That existential unraveling is something I want to echo in Purgatory's End. So yeah, this isn't a dating sim anymore. It's something messier, something more personal, and hopefully something that resonates. If you're working on your own story, I'd love to hear what you're exploring. Drop a comment and share your thoughts. And if you want to follow this journey, the writing, the world building, the chaos, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitch, or just stick around. Thanks for watching. I'm Joshua, and this is Purgatory's End.